Greatest king of all time is here. Every day in this presence, that be the most wonderful time of the year. Making our enemies mad, they making plastic on the top us. Not knowing that we got that glow, can nobody really stop us? The Most High got us. See, we love the Father and keep His commandments. That kingdom advancement, this be the everyday anthem. Gotta get your hands up, stand up, shout from the stanzas. Now, who that team to be standing tall? Who that team to give y'all their all? Who that rockin' both law and grace? Who that walkin' this walk of faith? Who that talkin' real bold as giants? Who that
interrupt this broadcast for urgent news. Authorities are urging citizens to stay indoors, but the chaos is already spilling into the streets. Some are calling it the darkest day in human history, and it's only just begun.
Behind them closed doors, there's many monsters and wicked individuals. Everything is a ritual, safe assault. It feel like a more, it's full of sodomy, murderers, robberies, burglars, trying to take it if you got it. Many rumors of war and genocides, they slaying the Philistines, crossing enemy lines to take over. Got blood on the floor, like the streets of Ukraine. Bombs light up the night, while missiles fly during the day. They got islands of sin, where the wicked all play. Political cover-ups take away your freedom of speech, just to hush you up, remain silent. Don't speak, stay quiet, they promote violence. Gay rights, while they smiling, such a dirty game. And it's rigged like loaded dice, they waging war for money, while they gambling with our lives. Souls traded in the shadows, contracts sealed in the night. Demons dancing in the darkness, plotting, hiding out of sight. They screaming bloody murder. Look up in the sky, dropping bombs every other day. These gas prices get high, can you not see the signs? Had an earthquake just the other day. Folks will kill you over anything. Hide your children, keep them safe, screaming bloody murder. Look up in the sky, dropping bombs every other day. These gas prices getting high, can you not see the signs? Had an earthquake just the other day. Folks will kill you over anything. Hide your children, keep them safe.
We at war on the TV, but behind your back they secretly meeting. Ain't even beefing, got the world believing. We gotta face a common enemy, but it ain't who they say. It's like Satan into Judas and kiss Jesus to betray him. High gas, empty plates, Bill Gates inject the babies, depopulating the nations. Medications ain't to heal, you ain't safe. Matter of fact, they might just kill you, they invading your space. Decode your DNA so they can make you obey. And they poisoning our food, is in the news every day. Seedless, non-nutritious fruits, rotten tree, dead roots. It's a famine for the truth. Dead work, falsehoods in the churches, at the schools. Send our kids to institutions. Allow the system to intrude us with their gadgets and their movies. They got magic spells and rubies on Netflix and on your Tubi. It's like they drugged us with the roofie, disillusion, mass confusion.
Look up in the sky, dropping bombs every other day. These gas prices get high, can you not see the signs? Had an earthquake just the other day. Folks will kill you over anything. Hide your children, keep them safe, screaming bloody murder. Look up in the sky, dropping bombs every other day. These gas prices getting high, can you not see the signs? Had an earthquake just the other day. Folks will kill you over anything. Hide your children, keep them safe.
Appreciate you, because what a lot of people don't know, I'm just gonna give you some flowers. A lot of people don't know this work don't stop for you. You constantly doing shows, putting things out. You out here doing events. You out here doing albums for other people. You out here hosting mixtapes. You out here doing, what's the name of y'all show?
Ears to Hear Music Review.
Ears to Hear Music Review. There's a lot of stuff going on throughout it all. You are very dependable. You are prompt and on time, and you actually still take the time to reach out to stay connected with your people. You are you are the team. One man army.
All praises, man. Man, praise the Father for that, man. I thank you.
Cruising it.
When they start bringing up both sins and the fights never come to an end, compromise but they just don't bend. Never let them devils win. When your works ain't producing no fruits, even prayer won't help you get through. Consider what it's worth. just talk it, we living it, showing you how real it gets. It's transparent music, ain't no hiding this. Ain't about to cut nothing out, this the realest hit. We calling this the spiritual high, hope you feeling it. 83 delirious, classic like Eddie when I stand up. We were raised to praise, so I know you got your hands up. Can't say we love the Father if we don't love each other. 1 John 4:20 through 21, another level, but we gon' rise to it, probably make a slide to it. Know why people won't take long learning how to do it. This our movement, low life exclusive. If you don't follow Christ's footsteps, you're not included. Like AAA batteries, not big enough to power me. I'm battling Babylon, they still building towers cheap. So we ain't got time to be against each other. If you ever see me struggle, don't forget to be a lover. When they Facts. start bringing up old sins, and the fights never come to an end. Compromise, but they just don't bend. Never let them devils win. When your works ain't producing no fruits, even prayer won't help you get through. Consider what it's worth. You better put that kingdom first. I said, oh boy, you forgot to be a brother.
What up, Kalai? Kingdom first, know your worth no matter what drama disperse. Gotta put faith over your fears and put your pride off in the hearse. Confident, strong head to the sky, walking with tall feet to the plow. Narrow path over the crowd, doubted before, believe it now. It's time for seeking it now, we're waking up, we're keeping it now. Look at Matthew 6 verse 33, we need you to read it now. Many souls in need of the truth, we gotta feed them now. Philippians 2 verse 10, tell us that every knee shall bow. And verse 11 says, every son confess, they eyes mighty above the rest. Don't try to fight it or disrespect. Jack of trades, king of spades, music and sports, running the place, but none of it matters. The kingdom first be how we got it made. Lamb over everything, that's all praise to the Adonai. Kingdom build, words collide, but rock always there by your side. The truth we can't deny, the Father's rules we can't defy. Out of the walls that's bigger than church, 24/7, keeping them first.
When they start bringing up old sins, and the fights never come to an end. I said, oh boy, you forgot to be a brother.
What up, everybody? Welcome to another great conversation at IMTV News, where we share the good news of the Most High. Anyone connected to Him is a new creation. Old things passed away, all things made new. Man, are there really words that can express this brother that I'm talking to right now? I mean, super duper artist, super duper poet, super duper producer, Jtracks. What's good with you, man?
What's good with it, Jay? Good.
Oh man, it's all to the good, King. Happy to have you on the show.
Yes, sir. Happy to be here, man.
Man, so for starters, can you share with everybody about your birthplace? Look, where's Jtracks from?
Okay. Jtracks is from Dallas, Texas, man. I'm from Dallas, Texas, born and raised in Dallas, Texas, in a hood called Oak Cliff. That's my hood, man. So yeah. So I'm from Oak Cliff, and to go deeper than that, I'm from Oak Cliff in the BFL area of Oak Cliff, and to go further than that, I'm from Crest State. So people from the neighborhood, they'll know exactly, what I'm talking about. But yeah, Dallas, Texas, born and raised.
Man, and to add something to that, me being from the NO, it's like that question, ever since I got here to Dallas, it's like, man, who ain't from Oak Cliff? Like, just like Brooklyn, New York, it's so many superstars from Oak Cliff, man. The numbers are just crazy.
Yeah. We all know each other.
For sure.
Believe it or not, man, we all connected in one way or another, because Oak Cliff is the biggest hood in Dallas, but it's still a small hood. You feel me? So we all know each other, man, some way, shape, or form.
And like the comedian Black Ryan said, Oak Cliff touches everything, no matter what you look at in Dallas.
Yep.
Man. And another crazy question I got, man, we done been so many places together. Do you even remember how we met?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, man. Like, we done ran into each other. Like, I don't recall, but I know we both just been busy and like, this Christian hip hop scene, man. We've been really, really busy, man. So.
Cause I'm like, Dad, was it DFW Lights, Life Through Art, the Christian Lounge? Man, you shocked me one day where you remembered I was with Living Epistles. I'm like, dang, he remember that?
Yeah. So it's been a long, a long ride, and like you say,
we got some history, man.
I forgot. I forgot. Cause I see you with like 2 other crews, man. I forgot. Like, that's what year was Living Epistles? That's like
2017.
Yeah, 2017. Yeah.
And then 2021 was DFW Lights, and then years later I linked back up with Harvest at Harvest G Music.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, so it's been a journey for you. For real.
Man. But like I said a minute ago, man, you are a very talented artist. Like, how did you get into music?
I got my start in music from the church, man. So just like a lot of people, start in the church. So I started in the church and on the school grounds, man. So I went to Golden Chain Baptist Church in Oak Cliff. And so that's right up the street from Crest Day, where I grew up. So I went to Golden Chain, and man, I got in the choir. Every time I could, man, I sit right in front of the drum, and I was watching the keyboard, the organist, and everything, and just watching how everything came together. So, the church is honestly my start in music, man.
Cool, man. And how did you begin? Well, you say you started in the church. How did you begin walking with the Most High?
Okay. Man, well, like I say, I started in church, so I already just had a foundation of God. I always had a foundation of God, but it's one thing for your parents to instill something in you, but it's another thing when you find them for yourself, Mm-hmm. So I found God along my journey, man. If I can share a quick story, I got a dog from my first grade teacher, Miss Jackson, at Elijah and Peace, which is crazy, right? That name, Elijah and Peace, Elijah Muhammad Peace. That's where I went.
Yeah.
That's where I went to elementary school. But Miss Jackson, she awarded me with a puppy, because I was doing good in school. So my mom said it was okay to get the dog. So I got the dog, brought it home. I named it Junior. And Junior was my dog. He was my dog, but he was my dog, We went everywhere together, did everything together, inseparable, right? So one day, my pops was traveling to go to was trying to go to the store, and I was like, I want to go with my pops to go to the store, and I was like, hey, Pops, you mind if I bring Junior? So Pops was like, hey, you can bring Junior, but when you bring Junior, you got to stay in the car with him, because we had a window that was broken, right? And if the Junior was gonna come, I was gonna have to stay in the car, because what happened if I don't stay in the car, right? So we get to the store. And my pops go in the store. I stay in the car with Junior. But then, Jay, guess what I did?
What?
I went into the store.
Oh, you left them.
Yeah, I went into the store, left my dog in the car. So came out the store with my dad, looked in the car, and guess what, Jay?
Gone.
Heartbroken, man. I was
Oh.
so heartbroken, man. I ain't never felt that kind of pain at that age, man. So around this time, I'm I'm in like the 3rd grade now, right? And I'm hurt. I'm hurt, Jay. So, you know, can't do nothing about it, can't find them, you know, we go home, right? And I tell my mom that I lost my dog, you know? And then my mom tells me, sorry you lost your dog, but what I want you to do is pray about it, you know? And she told me to pray and ask the Lord, you know, to bring my dog back. So as an innocence of a child, that's what I did. I said, God, if you're real, I pray this right now, bring me my dog back, right? So Jay, I go to school the next day, bro. I'm sick. I ain't sick with no cold. I ain't sick with no stomach flu or nothing, man. But I'm sick because I lost my dog. You know what I mean? So I started faking like I was like going crazy. Good enough, bro, for them to send me to the nurse's office and for my mom to have a friend to come pick me up from school. So it worked. So as I'm driving to the house from school, right? I look over into this field. Now, Junior is a small little black wiener dog, bro. I look over into this field with grass that's about 5 or 6 feet high, right? Just high grass, man. It's high. So high that you couldn't see a little bitty dog if you wanted to, right? So we're passing by this field, bro, and I see this little black dot in the field. And I just scream at the top of my lungs. I tell my mama friend, I say, stop the car! Stop the car! Stop the car! She stopped the car, bro. I opened up the door like in the middle of traffic, bro. I called his name, bro. I said, Julia! 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 And would you believe, bro, that little dot in the field, it was like a movie, bro. I heard violins. I heard angels singing, bro. My dog was frolicking through the grass, bro. And he jumped into my arms, bro. You feel me? And I looked up at the sky, and that's how I knew that, you know, the Lord was real. And I believe my relationship with the Lord started then, you know. Man.
Crazy,
right?
Yeah, that is a story. Real.
Yeah.
True indeed.
Yeah.
But not only are you super talented, but you and your wife, man, y'all like this amazing power couple, man. How did you meet Poetically Janae?
Oh man, so Janae is from the hood also. So you know, she's from ATP. That's like another side of Oak Cliff, and just a little bit further up from BFL for real. But yeah, she's from ATP. We went to a middle school called Zunwa together, and then we went to a Maceo Smith together. So that was my first introduction to her, you know. But back then, bro, I wasn't living right. You feel me? Like I truly had a relationship with God, man, but I was always, you know, straddling the fence, man. I wasn't really living right. But Janae was living, you know, she was living right, man. You know, so our paths, I knew Janae, but our paths really didn't cross, you know, for real. And I had more of a relationship with her youngest sister. You know, with her youngest sister, because, you know, back then I was, you know, a heavy weed smoker, you know, lean drinker, you know, doing all the wrong things, man. So I knew a little sister more than I knew her, but I always, had my eye on Janae in some way, shape, or form. In the back of my mind, I'm like, ooh, she cute. You know what I mean? So, fast forward, to our older years, bro. It is 2020. And I hop in that inbox. Now, let me just say, 5 years prior to 2020, I was always in that inbox, just, planting little seeds, like, hey, come out to one of my shows, come hear me speak poetry. I'm always checking in, planting little seeds, but my idea of it was that I was going to get her to come out to one of my gigs, one of my shows, and she was going to see me rock out, and then I was going to slip in and, ask her, for the number and, trying to ask her to go out on a date with me and everything, man. But,
for sure.
But through that 5 years, man, in 2020, like, I just never really got around to it or getting her to come out. But it was something different about 2020, bro. I just mustered up the strength, to just be like, I think you should let me feed you sometime, And glory be to God, bro. It worked. It worked. We was able to go on our first date, which had to be a Zoom date because somebody had caught COVID in her area or her work or whatever she was doing. Somebody had caught COVID, so we just wanted to stay safe. It's 2020, so we did our first date on Zoom, bro, and the rest is history. But yeah, man, to make a long story longer, yeah, man, we kind of grew up together, went to the same schools, man, from middle school to high school, and just kind of stayed connected through social media.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing I wanted to point out, because I'm always talking about it. So for those of you who heard my mixtape last year and also Kingdom United, and y'all heard the Royal Praise joint, this is the man who produced Royal Praise for us.
Yeah.
So thank you for that track, man. That track is amazing.
Oh, yeah, man. I had been holding on to it, and I had sent it to an artist that's really dope. His name is All Names Taken. Really dope artist, but he hadn't necessarily done anything to it yet. And so I just, when Harvest reached out about, the projects, I was like, man, I do want to, I feel led to bless, to bless in this, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just be obedient and send these beats. So I was searching around and I was like, hey, my boy, you going to do something with it? Probably not. Okay. All right. So let me send that. Let me send, the 3 other beats that I sent. And like, surprisingly, man, you guys hopped on every last beat. So, I just praise God that you guys got on there, y'all delivered, and y'all actually put some real effort to push the records forward, man. I loved it,
man. And look, if I could share a quick story about that. So when we was getting Kingdom United's album Inaugural Class in development, I was on the phone with SBG Chuck. I'm like, yo, Chucky, here's our chance to do something together. If we're going to get a track in. He was like, man, I'm glad you said something because I got this dope track that I know you will be perfect on. And that's when he pulled up Royal Praise. So first, me and Chuck wrote the song together. And then Harvest heard it. She loved it so much. She was like, man, let me catch that third verse. I'm like, okay. We were like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's how you got all 3 of us on there.
Oh man, y'all did your thing, man. Definitely.
Man. But bruh, man, I've been wanting to interview you ever since you dropped Oak Cliff Streets. Like, can you share the inspiration behind that album? Oak Cliff Stand Up.
Yeah, Oak Cliff Streets, man. It was really something birthed from just, growing up in Oak Cliff, man. But I wanted to bring a more of a spiritual side to what the Oak Cliff and the things that people were hearing. Just try to bring an authentic story to the forefront, because a lot of my guys, not saying that their stories are not authentic, but it's not always the best story. It a lot of times it glorifies sex, drugs, and violence. So I wanted to make a project where, hey, I'm not glorifying sex, drugs, and violence. I'm actually showing you, hey, how violence is tearing up our community. That's why we got songs like Murder, featuring my boy Fidgety, man. You know what I'm saying? Who's also from BFL. You know what I mean? So, and just wanted to give like a real world view of Oak Cliff, but still just show another side of Oak Cliff. Like, we ain't all just gang banging and slanging and just up to no good. It's actually some people out here that's doing something positive in Oak Cliff that you can really be proud of. So yeah, that's pretty much the bulk of it. But one of the things that started it for real outside of that was that my boy Adrian Butler did like a Christian hip hop remix to that Lay It Down, I'm a Crook for Life by Mr. Lucci, right?
Okay.
Lucci, so, and Mr. Lucci and Mr. Pookie, I mean, you know what I mean? And it was fire, but he was doing like a challenge, right? He was doing like a challenge at that time, and man, pen came to pad when I heard that, when I heard that beat, which is a classic, Dallas beat. And I just started rhyming. I'm from Crest State Pride. You told me roaches and rats. And and that really pretty much set the foundation for Oak Cliff Streets, man. And, I just went in on it from that, And then also, Oak Cliff Streets was a song, bro, that I had did to an instrumental like back in 2000 and probably 2013, you know what I mean? So I just had it sitting. And I was like, man, if I take that what I did for for the challenge from Adrian Butler, and then take this this Oak Cliff Street song I've been sitting on for forever. I was like, man, I can just make a whole project, And then I just decided to call it Oak Cliff Streets, man. So, so just as an MC, I'm just kind of telling the story, man.
Sure.
You gonna hear the good and the bad of Jtracks on there, man. So go listen to it. I ain't sugarcoat nothing. I ain't hide nothing.
And I can honestly say, look, being that I live here in Oak Cliff now, I can testify that there is good in the hood. You heard?
Yeah, definitely.
Man. And then in this season, you dropped a new one called Trust and Believe. Can you share the inspiration on that one?
Oh, yeah, man. So, Trust and Believe, man. I was working on a mixtape, right? Working on a mixtape to get ready for an album, but I didn't know what the album was gonna be called, But I was working on a mixtape. I was getting things together, And you know this because I reached out to you about a song we got that's gonna probably drop, you know, hopefully this year, called Head High. You know, so I was reaching out, you know, to people to hop on, you know, that cipher because, you know, I'm geared up for a mixtape. So one of the songs I had for the mixtape, it was called Brand New. All right, so this joint I had called Brand New was featuring like two big artists, you know, that I rock with, like in the Christian hip hop industry, you know, like nationally known. You feel me? So I'm like, man, I got these two guys on here. I need, you know, a woman to come represent. So in my mind, I was thinking, man, Chastity Latrice will sound good on this. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I rock with a lot of female artists, you know, especially Christian hip hop artists out of Dallas. So Chastity Latrice is one of my favorites. You know, and Nia is like my blood sister. You know what I mean? So I love Nia. I love Harvest. You know, I love Shot Speaks. You know, all the Christian hip hop, you know, women I work with. But for that particular song, Brand New, I hit up Chastity Latrice. So I sent it to Chastity Latrice. Bro, she didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? She didn't like the songs. I was like, dang, what I'm gonna do? You know? And I'm like, in my mind as a producer and as an artist, I'm like, me and Chastity, we got songs, but we ain't really got no song together. You know what I'm saying? Especially with me rapping and, you know, her rap, you know, like a full joint song. We ain't got nothing. So I'm like, she say she don't like it. So I'm like, man, let me cook up something else. So I go through the catalog, man. I start cooking up something else. And then I come up with this hook. Can I get a witness that the Lord's been good now? Can I get an amen? So I'm like, tell me, can you hear me? Hey, now with your hands held high, did you trust and believe it? So I did that hook, and I was like, yo, this fire. You know what I'm saying? So I laid the hook, and I laid the verse. I mixed it, did everything like I wanted it, bro. And then I'm like, if she don't like this, bro, I'm quitting producing, bro. I'm quit producing. I'm gonna quit being an artist. If she don't like this, I'm done, right? So I sent the email. I said, hey, you know, I think I got something for you here, sis. I sent it. Thank God she loved it. She loved it. She took pen to pad, got it written down, sent me the files through the email, bro. I dropped them vocals in, man. I mixed it, mastered it, bro, and it was crazy, you know? It was crazy, you know? Then from that, I just started building up the rest of the catalog for the album from that one song, bro. So it was really, it was really like, you know, me struggling with, you know, with Chastity Latrice, you know what I mean? To really, you know, coming into having that song, you know, Trust and Believe, man, to pretty much factor in the whole album, bro, you know. And really, it was a process of the Lord just walking me through, like, hey, do you really trust and believe, you know? And so as I was going through that process of really trusting and believing in God, the songs were just coming. They were just coming, coming and coming, man. And, you know, now we here. Now we here, man, and people are enjoying the project, and I love the feedback that I'm getting back.
On the real. Sure. And look, that segue into the next segment of the show. Now this is called Rhythm and Reason. I'm gonna just name some songs, and you just share what these songs mean to you. Okay. The first song I want to name is Oak Cliff America. Okay.
Oak Cliff America is really just, you know, just like saying that, hey, the sun can shine in the hood too. You know what I'm saying? And that, you know, I'm here to be that light, you know, to my hood. You feel me? You know, where there's, you know, it is a lot of darkness, but you know, I'm just letting the sun shine in. You feel me? So for the dope boys, you know what I'm saying? Just knowing that, hey, there's freedom in Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like if Jesus can, you know, overcome what he overcame, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know, we can too. You feel me? Like y'all can too. You know what I mean? So hey, you know, you got the rock in the bread, you know what I'm saying? So you ain't gotta turn the rock into bread, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much, you know, Oak Cliff, America, man. It's encouragement for, you know, for Oak Cliff and every hood that's just like it, because it's a Oak Cliff everywhere.
Man, matter of fact, look, if I could, look, shout out to everybody I know from Oak Cliff. You know, that's you, Janae, Harvest, B. Christ, MJZ, Naughty Eye Israel, the Coolinati, Sister Delta. Like, I done met a lot of superstars from Oak Cliff. Praise the Most High, yo.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So the next song I want to name, and I really love this song, it's called Look Out.
Look Out. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Boy, you did your big one on that beat, bro.
So Look Out is definitely it has a New Orleans bounce production feel.
That's why I love it.
Yeah, man. So, you know, I was going for that sound, and then, you know, like, how can I bring New Orleans into kind of like a New York hip hop, you know, kind of combined, you know. So I used the a Lauryn Hill sample, you know. I used the Lauryn Hill sample in that, and you know how I flipped it, man. But you know, the beat just sounded right. You feel me? So, but for Lookout, that's really, you know, in there. I mentioned how me and my boy, Chris, you know, who passed away in 2016. On September the 11th in 2016, I was just reminiscing of how we would be in Senior Hills and Oak Cliff, how we would be in that studio, you know, just grinding out, you know, making the hits that we was making with a little bit of nothing, you know. And you know, one of the lines that I say in that song is that we ain't always keep it gospel, you know, but you know, we gave it to you. You know, at the end of the day, hey, we didn't always keep the gospel, but we gave it to you. So just the molding that was happening in that studio in Senior Hills, how God was really just chiseling us for his glory. So, you know, so that's a big part of the song. And I just called it Look Out because I feel that my boy is like a angel looking out for me, you know. So that's why when you see the cover of Lookout, you know, you see Chris, he's there in his wheelchair, you know, you got me there, you know, and like, you know, like a thing like, hey, we always together. And so that's why I felt it was proper to put that song on the Oak Cliff streets, because that is one of my testimonies and one of my journeys of just being from Oak Cliff, and, you know, just being in Oak Cliff, being in that studio, knocking out those hits since I was 15 years old, you know?
Man, yeah, you snapped off. That boy said, I'm sick of eating up you rappers, so I'll give you a break.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Man, the next song I want to name is 52 Domino. I love this one too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, 5 Deuce Domino.
My bad, 5 Deuce.
Yeah. 52, but yeah, 5 Deuce Domino, you know, just a slang term It's not Hoover Crip or nothing like that. But it's a street in Oak Cliff called 52nd Street. Like if you're going up Lancaster, you know, you're gonna see 52nd Street right by the VA hospital in Oak Cliff. And that's another place where I'm from in Oak Cliff. So I moved from Crest Apartments to 52nd Street and go to Helmet Apartments, where they call it the Rose Bowl. You know, so I lived there, which was my introduction to everything that wasn't, you know, because I was a teenager at this point, you know what I mean? So though I had, you know, in Crest State, we dealt with everything under the sun, but now I'm experiencing it as a teenager. You know, teenager things feel different when you're 12, 13 years old. You know, you just kind of get exposed in a different way, you know. So the things that you were once protected from, you know, are not. It's not so, but really, Five Deuce Domino is really telling the story about growing up on 52nd Street. So one of the things that we did on 52nd Street was that we played dominoes all the time, you know? So more than spades, we played dominoes. It was just a way of life. People would have tables out from corner to corner, bro. You know, and we would be playing dominoes until the sun came up, fam. You know, and so what Five Deuce Domino is just me telling the story through the domino game. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yes. So I'm pinning it like that. Like I'm like, hey, and just I'm talking about being counted out at one point in the song, and then just sharing about some of the things that shaped me, and then also giving, you know, homage to people that influenced me, you know, like my big cousin Kadrian, you know, who passed away, you know what I'm saying? So I gave a big shout out to him. I gave a big shout out to my boy Keymon that passed away from 52nd. You know, he passed away. God bless his soul. But you know, I'm just kind of, you know, just giving my homage to them, but just telling the story about 52nd Street, man. We played dominoes. You know, it was love. It was family. Like when you hear that song, it feels like, you know, the Black Cookout, man. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It sound like a movie. And bro, if I got time, I just pinned all the verses, bro. I pinned all 3 verses. I didn't have a hook, you know, but I stayed on track with just, hey, I'm telling this story through the game of dominoes, right? And then Stephen Q comes to the studio, and I'm like, bro, I need a hook. I need a hook for this. And I played it for him. And man, he pinned that hook in like 15 minutes, bro. You know, got him recorded. He recorded that hook in like another 20 minutes with everything, bro. And then once that was done, that last part that you hear on that song, bro, where it sound like a choir or it sound like a lot of singers. So it was like three singers that came in the studio that particular night, that particular day when we was recording, you know, when I was just had them in the studio recording some other stuff. And I showed them the song and they was like, hey, can we add this to it? And I'm like, yeah, y'all can add that to it, man. And it just ended it so well, man, that it just sounds like a movie, bro. You know. So that's why I really hadn't shot no real visual for it. Like I did the photo shoot and everything for it and did the background, you know, behind the scenes footage of the photo shoot. But I just hadn't put a real video out, bro, because I know, like, this song is big enough to be a movie in itself. So yeah, man, that is one of my favorite songs in my catalog, man. For real.
Man, and why I love the song so much, like I said, being that I'm from New Orleans, like to hear those horns in the chorus, it reminds me of a second line. Like with the right band, you could do a second line to that joint.
Yeah. No, that's definitely a lot of influence in that, because man, the interesting thing about me, I marched in the band for the longest time, and so so I play every brass instrument, any instrument you can name, I probably know how to play, So yeah, man, I love horns. I love that feel, man. And I done marched the Mardi Gras. You feel me? The Bacchus Parade, the Zulu Parade. I got a story I got to tell you about that probably later time. But yeah, I done been in New Orleans with it before the hurricane. You feel me? I'm talking 2001. 2002 with it, bro. So I'm heavily influenced by the NO. But Texas and Louisiana, man, that's just kinfolk. It ain't. It's like especially like Streetport, Mansfield.
Mm-hmm.
It's we all cousins somehow. Yeah, no lies told, man.
And the next song I want to name, you just mentioned it earlier, Murder.
Yeah. All right. So Murder was just really just surrounding all the murders that was going on in Oak Cliff, man. Like every time you turn on the news, you feel me? It's somebody dead in the street. I was coming back from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, where I went to college, just coming back home. And like the first time, I really get home, because I'm actually moving back to Dallas. Man, I see somebody dead in the street. You feel me? Right in front of the hood, right in front of 52nd Street, just dead in the street, man. But it just kept continuing to happen. Just murder. You feel me? So, like as an artist, I wanted to paint the picture of like what it was and what it still is, man. And knowing that we definitely praying, and I was just making some references in that song to a lot of things that we were dealing with in Oak Cliff, as far as the rap scene as well, and unfortunately, Mo3 has passed away. I know he's from, North Dallas, but, just so much murder in Dallas, period, But, the thing with that murder was kind of tied into allegedly some of the things that were going on in Oak Cliff, with the beef and everything, man. So it's just, I was just adding the light to it. And my boy, figured it, he just wanted to hop on the track with me, and I really couldn't have an Oak Cliff Streets without him on it. You feel me? So I was like, here you go. He was able to lock in that second verse, you know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to give like a real spill, about what's going on in the Cliff, man, and that we should be praying for not only for Oak Cliff, but the many hoods that just like Oak Cliff, man, because we got a real genocide that's going on. You feel me? That we need to be conscious about and have an uproar about doing something about it, So yeah, that was murder.
For sure.
Yeah.
Look, just like I'm living in Oak Cliff, man. I lived in Fort Worth for a little while too, so keep them in prayer as well.
You know, but there's hope. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's hope in Jesus, man. And when you got guys like you, me, you know, and so many other guys, man, that's just getting out here spreading light. You know, it helps, and it goes further than we'll ever know, man. You know, so we out here, man, and I know we touching lives on a daily. You know, to pull somebody, away from that lifestyle, man, to know that not only is my life valuable, that other man's life is valuable. Let's see how we can take care of the matter in a different way. And a lot of it can be resolved in just having like a real conversation, you know?
True.
Man. But at the end of the day, you know, we need more Jesus and more less of Satan, you know?
Indeed.
Indeed.
The next song I want to name is Better Than Me.
Well, boy, I've been listening to the project, man. That's a
What the joint's lit.
All right, so Better Than Me is like just a real love song, you know, about a jealous guy, you know. And when you listen to that song, it makes a lot of sense. It's like, hey, he's jealous for us, you know. He's jealous for us for all the right things, you know, because he knows what sin will do to his people, because he knows that, you know, that through him is real salvation, you know, and because his love for us is so deep, you know, that he'll tell us the truth, you know. He'll tell us the truth to get us to realize that, hey, there's nobody that's gonna do us better than Jesus. And that's just a song, just writing down like a conversation that you would have with a jealous guy, for the person that's on the fence, for the person that done fell away, for the person that never, you know, accepted Christ into their heart, you know. Like, who's gonna love you, you know, when you're lost? Who's gonna love you when you're gone? You know, who's gonna love you better than me? You know, and that's a real question. Like, who's gonna love us better than Christ would love us? You know, it's a thing to where, you know, I would get deep with it. I would say Satan would require a sacrifice, right? But Jesus a sacrifice himself. You get what I'm saying? You know. So yeah, so if you fall into the hands of Satan, if you ever sell your soul to the devil, you know, he's gonna require you to sacrifice things, you know. He's gonna require you to sacrifice things, but the difference is Christ, you know, he'll give himself up for you. So you can't find a love better than that. So yeah, so that's pretty much the whole song in a nutshell. Who became sin for your sake, you know, so you could be righteous before me, you know.
Man.
Took hell's keys, broke all chains, to share in my light and my glory. Who's gonna love you better than me? Yeah. So yeah, so that's the heart of that joint.
Man, the next one.
Let's go.
On this list, another heavy hitter. All my life I had to fight.
Yeah, I'll be the trust and believe joint. Fight. Man, I had this dope beat. I was just sitting in the studio listening to it, and then I say, you know what, I'm gonna pin something to this. You know, like all my life I had to fight it in the struggle. I had to get it out the mud. That's the hustle. You know. So from that, I was like, man, that's that purple color. So, you know, so I took the audio from that and I placed it in a beat, you know, a certain way for it to go with the beat so that it can flow. And these are one of the songs that I had lined up for the mixtape, right? And so I just had it, you know, just kind of sitting. So every now and then I'll put that joint on, you know, and just be jamming. And then out of nowhere, a Christian hip hop female rapper named Imani just comes out of the blue into my life, who's from New Orleans, by the way.
What?
You know what I'm saying? My homie Jay Cooks, my homie DJ Jay Cooks, he works with Imani. Well, they were working together, and somehow Jay Cooks found out that she could rap, and so Jay Cooks introduces Imani to Nia, and then, you know, we just pretty much adopt her and bring her into the fold, you know, of everything that, you know, we have going on with My Season Entertainment and, you know, Jtracks House. You know, we just bring her into the fold along with another Christian hip hop artist named K, you know, who's also on the Trust and Believe project.
I was gonna wait to ask you, how did you link up with K from Alabama, yo?
So yeah, so really through Jay Cooks, DJ Jay Cooks and Nia, you know, so somehow Nia and K connected, and through that, man, K, Nia, and the money all was connected. So
dang it.
So yeah. And then cause you know, I had always been a fan of K, you know, cause she's been doing Christian hip hop on a national scale for like quite some time. Like, so if you're a fan of Christian hip hop, you know K. You know what I'm saying?
Joke.
Yeah, you know about K, but I didn't know she had relocated to Dallas, you know? Mm-hmm. And then just somehow God made a way for her to, you know, to be able to, you know, be in proximity for me to collab with her as well. So, you know, and so with Fight, man, I called up Imani, you know, and was like, hey, she was needing studio time and I was needing a verse. I'm like, hey, I got you on the studio time. Just lay the verse to Fight for me and we even, you know? And man, she laid that verse. She laid that verse, bro. And man, we was able to shoot a video to it, like a live performance video to it. Shout out to Freddie Davis, who's also on the project. He shot it for us at something we call like the MSC project, you know, where we just bring in artists to film content, you know, to help us all push out more content and, you know, to bring business our way. So we recorded it there, and man, it just ended up being so dope because I think that was one of the things that caught the attention of a Christian rapper named Cece. And then, you know, Imani ended up doing a competition for her and ended up winning that competition, man. You feel me? Yeah. So like what? You know? Like, what? When I heard her spit that verse live in the studio, bro, I was like, what? The world gotta know that you exist. Like, you know, it's crazy. God has blessed me to work with the coldest women in Christian hip hop, bro. Like, bro.
Well, since we mentioned it, K, I was gonna ask you about this song too. Yeah.
Yo, so that's one of the craziest things, because so I did that intentional for the mixtape as well, So with Fight and Yeah, I was asking my wife, since the mixtape is not really gonna drop right away, I was like, do you think I could put Fight and Yeah on the project? And she was like, yeah, because they talking about, it's a trust and believe element in it. So that'll work perfectly with the project. So I went on and did it. So I hit K up and was like, hey, I need a verse. It's kind of like the same thing. Hey, you need studio time, or you need somebody to help mix and master. Hey, I got you. Just knock out this verse for me and we good, And she knocked it out, bro. And it was crazy. She came in and did it in the only way she could. You feel me? And then I needed that third verse, so I reached out to Jay Will. I reached out to Jay Will to do that third verse for me, but he couldn't do the third verse for me, respectfully. And me and Jay Will, we don't worked on a lot of things, but for that particular song, you just didn't really have, nothing for it. So I was needing a third verse, just to kind of make everything, gel in together. So I was playing around online, and I rolled by my frat brother's page in Chicago. His name is RF. And I heard something that he did, and I was like, whoo, picked up the phone. All right. Made my call to Chicago. It was like, bro, frat, hey, I need you, bro. And I sent it to him. He sent it back. And I was like, man, like, creatively, like, I loved his lyrics and what he was doing, with the lyrics and everything. But I was like, man, I need, as a producer, like, creatively, I wanted to switch it up. So when this verse came on, I just switched up the whole beat completely, at the end, just to kind of give it that flip.
Yeah.
He called me and was like, man, on this one part, man, just kind of flip the beat back and bring it back. I was like, nope. I'm going to keep it like that. And plus, I got to go on and drop it, man, because my wife got this party set up for me. I got to go on and get it out there, man. So I didn't have time to go back. Yeah, I didn't have time to go back and edit. But, man, he snapped on that third verse. K snapped on the second, man, and, like, crazy. And her husband, her K's husband hit me up and was like, man, I'm a fan of your work. His name is OG, Only God, so his name is also OG. So he was like, man, huh?
What?
Yeah.
Them two?
Huh?
Them two?
Yeah.
Together?
Oh, no. No, I was saying, we got the old school OG, and then we got, he the new OG in the city, but he from Florida. He a Florida boy. So he got the Florida dreads and everything, bro. It's just cool. On fire for the Lord. He on fire for the Lord, man. He just got a good spirit about him, bro. I love him.
For sure.
He was like, man, I want to work. I say, hey, let's get it in. You know what I'm saying? So having K on that song, connected me with him, and we looking to work here in the future, man. And he's with Gospel Ready's. He's with Gospel Ready's label, man. I've done a few joints with Gospel Ready, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they doing the thing, man.
Well, look, my apologies. My guess was way off.
Yeah, no. You good, man. But yeah, man. He's cold with it, man. He's cold with it.
One more song I want to name is "Don't Let Go."
Yeah. So Don't Let Go it came to me at a time, bro, when I was just working like crazy. So, quick story. I wanted to not only build this studio that I'm in right now, but I just wanted to kind of get some more finances, man. I'm newly married, and I just wanna get some things kind of tucked away, man. I'm not. We working with one vehicle, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to expand my life. So I tell my team, I get on the phone with DJ Vision, and I tell my team like, hey man, I'm a step away. I'm gonna step away for a year, you know, step away for 6 months to a year just to kind of get my finances in order. I'm still here. I'm able to help plan and, just able to help kind of give advice and different things like that. But me physically being able to show up to gigs and things like that, I just told them, hey, I gotta go work. I ain't gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying? So, bro, I got on my grind, man. So I was a substitute teacher during the day. I was a substitute teacher during the day for DISD. And then I was working concierge overnight, 4 days out of the week.
Okay, D1. I said, okay, D1.
Yeah, So I was substitute teaching in the day. I was doing concierge at night, and then I would do security. I would do security over the weekend, 12-hour shifts. You know what I'm saying? So I was pulling in like 120 plus hours a week. You feel me? Which is crazy, right?
Yeah.
Crazy, but during that time, during those 12-hour shifts, I was able to come up with Don't Let Go. So I had a beat laying around on my phone. And I was like, you know what? I want to start penning this Don't Let Go down, right? And so, man, I get on, what's the app called? Bandcamp or BandLab? I get on there with my phone, and bro, I start to record and pen that song while I'm doing security, that 12-hour shift, bro. And like, it's overnight too, so it's in the wee hours of the morning, like 3, 4 in the morning, and I'm just, just getting that spiritual download, bro, to write that song. And it was basically just an encouraging song, like, don't let go of the Father's hand, like the Lord saying, don't let go of my hand. And, with what's going on in the world today, so many ways that we can have anxiety, so many ways that we can be afraid of, because, we don't know what's going to happen next, And like I stated in the song, like, David slayed the bear and the lion, and then the giants. Like how did you have the courage, first of all, to slay a bear, and then to slay a lion, and then real giants? You feel me? Like real giants, bro. Nephilim giants, bro. And it's like, man, like how? But it's just my prayer to, like, God, give me the courage like you gave David, Give me that same courage. And it's basically God talking to me, like saying, hey, like, what are you afraid of? If God be for you, who can be against you? So that was Don't Let Go. Just holding on to the Father's hand, bro, because I know He got us.
For sure. True that. Man, and so I always ask my first time guests, man, how does the Most High inspire Jtracks to keep moving forward?
Oh man, just knowing that it's not about me, It's not about me. It's not about my career. It's not about my plaques and Grammys and all of these things, though those things are nice, Those things are nice, and those things, hey, I would still like to have one day, But at the end of the day, it's not about that. You know,
For sure.
it's not about me. It's not about me, bro. You know, at the end of the day, it's about him. And through this journey, through my music journey, that's something that I have always been reminded of, man, that it is not about me, you know, that it's about the Lord and his glory. You know, at the end of the day, you know, though I'm a creative to the heart, you feel me? I'm a creative to the heart, but at the end of the day, I'm created to give him glory, you know, and nothing else. So with that, the Most High, he just stays at the front of my heart with that, you know. And when there's some days that I may get discouraged, or some days that I, you know, may get off track to even a little bit thinking that it's about me, he always has a way of pulling me back into what this thing is really about, and that's his glory, you know. His glory, if he be glorified, man, you know, men won't look to me for their salvation. They won't look to me for the thing that can really save them. If I give glory to the Most High, you know, they'll look to the Most High that can really help them, you know, that can really pull them out of the bondage, you know, that can really save them. So, yeah, the Most High is with me like that, and just encouraging me, just letting me know that, hey, it's all in his hands, you know? It's all in his hands. So if it's all in his hands, bro, you know, with trust, I'm a believer, you know?
For sure.
You know what I mean?
And speaking of that, man, if you could inspire others to trust and believe, what would you say to them?
That, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, trust him, you know, because you get in trouble trusting yourself. You're gonna get in trouble trying to do things your own way. You're gonna get in trouble trying to do things in your own hands, you know. But give it over to Jesus, give it over to the Lord, and put it in the Lord's hands, because he ultimately knows exactly what he has planned to do with every area of your life, you know. So it's best that you trust in him and continue to believe in him, even when, you know, the odds are stacked against you. You know, even when the odds are stacked against you, just continue to believe in him, that not only is he's gonna make a way, but that he is who he says that he is. You know, he is God. You know what I'm saying? He is God. And just believe that, hey, if nothing goes right here on the earth, that you'll have an eternity of everything being beautiful with the Most High. You know, worshiping him in spirit and in truth. You know, and if he's truly saved you, you know, if he's truly saved you, then, you know, there's nothing on the earth that could really be worth you missing heaven, you know, for anything that's down here. So it's best to just trust and believe God in every single area of your life. Every single area of your life, man. Because we know, hey, that all things are possible through him, not with man, but through him. It's all possible through the Lord, man. Yeah.
Sure enough, man. Man, so after these two amazing projects, man, what more can we look forward to from Jtracks?
Oh, man. Well, I am working on projects. So right now, I am working with an artist that we all know called Soloso. You know, so I am working Jesus over.
I got work to do.
You know, yeah, my boy. You know what I'm saying? We've been on the grind for a long time, man. It was a blessing to help cut a lot of those first records, those first Christian hip hop records, man, when he was starting out, and just to work on this project that he's doing has been a blessing. So I'm in the process now of just knocking out those tracks for him. I also got a project with Bo Sticky and Jack. You know,
boy, you working with everybody, man.
Yeah. So Bo Sticky and Jack got a project, you know, fully produced by Jtracks that's coming out, and it's called it's gonna be called My Brother's Keeper. You know.
Oh man.
Yeah. So it's fire. So we working on that for the next 3 months, man. So I'm looking to get back in the studio with them and finishing that project. And then, yeah, man, it's I got DJ Cooks. DJ Cooks, I'm working with him on his upcoming project, his DJ project mixtape. So, you know, so I'm just always working, man. I'm always working, and you know, I got on the phone with a good friend of mine that, you know, that kind of handles things in the industry, man, and I just gotta keep adding to the catalog, you know.
Indeed.
And revise the catalog, man, just to make sure it's ready to have a real push out. So, you know, so like the blessing that you've gotten from the music, man, we just want to make sure that, you know, that blessing gets out to a lot more people, man. So yeah, man, I'm always working. Me and Poetically Janae will be recording. We'll be doing some video recording here this weekend. You know, so she's doing a song that she's a poetry song that she did on her poetry project called Black Woman. So she'll be recording the mic drop to Black Woman this weekend, and that should be dropping before the end of February, man. And we're just putting like all the ending touches to that documentary. I don't know if you heard about Jeremiah 20, the song that we have together, you know, which praise God has won in the Denton Film Festival, you know. So yeah, it was God has been good. He's been faithful, you know, just to bless us as a couple to do music together and to do art together, bro. And you know, he's just showing us favor. You know, he's showing us a lot of favors. So, you know, shout out to the Lord.
On the real. Praise the Father, man.
Hey, yo, and me and Harvest got one in the chamber. You know what I'm saying? We got one in the chamber. You know, so hey, you know, so I'm working on that as well. To just you know, just drop more songs here in a little bit. But we got one in the chamber. You feel me? We got one in the chamber. So hey, it's going down.
Man, look, and I was about to say, you know, Kingdom United getting ready for their second season, so look, we might need to holler at you again, man.
Oh yeah, please do. Please do. If y'all gonna go hard like y'all did on that first batch, man, I got you. I got you. Put me the first up to bat. Turn up.
For sure. Well, man, this has been another wonderful, amazing IMTV News report. I finally got him here, man. Jtracks. Love his brother, man. And for everybody that's watching and listening, make sure y'all stay tuned every Wednesday. Hondo Alatunde's Tales from the Sip. Every Saturday, my boy J Martin dropping seeds. Every Shabbat, which is Saturday at 11 a.m., Houston Brews Class. Shout out to my boy Abdullah. And we all get together Saturday evening and host Ears to Hear music reviews at 5 p.m. on YouTube. Jtracks, I might need you to come through on there too, man. Showcase your albums, bro.
Sure. You got it, man. I appreciate the love through the years, bro. Hey, it's been It's been amazing rocking with you, man. You know we got some more stuff to look forward to.
For sure, man. We'll talk off the record, but yeah, any Saturday you available, man.
Let's get it.
Man, well, once again, this has been IMTV News, your friendly neighborhood DJ, Yoel Yahuda, checking out with Jtracks. We just want to say much love. Continue to love the Most High, love each other, and love yourselves. Take care and be blessed.
Teacher said I end up dead in jail, the cop fell. Revolutionary tales from the belly of bell. You niggas frail, slow as a snail, but slick as a snake. I took the bite to your venom, ate the food off your plate. Look at you now, soft as a feather, you're sweeter than cake. I'm tired of whooping on your carrots, so I give you a break. 6 wheels to the metal, now I'm riding for show. Do it for Super Geese and Mama, R.I.P. to my bro. Hold it down, I'ma hold it down, capital low. They copy paste and clone and corner, but I'm holding my soul. What's the silver and gold? The Christ I go on the floor. Why you fighting for nothing, selling your soul for the low? Never quitting unnecessary, Oak Cliff on a missionary. The block is my seminary, the trap is my commentary. Priest of the streets, I'm like doing it with my pants up. I tell the homies by the block and get they land up, hands up. Got you, ha ha, you get the proclamation. Gospel smile, homie, the world cold, but I know you get through. Smile, baby, just hold on, cause I know we got you. I wasn't yet, cause I put it down for the four. I speak it all into existence, got them hating some more. So I stay up in the studio to give them some hope. Simple bars, keep it guard everywhere that I flow. Go ye down for, that's the way that I roll. Never ever put the mission, gotta stay on the course. You know I'm grinding with the violent, gotta take it before. We can't worry about the king or the south of the north. To know your side when the Lord coming back with the toy. Homie, you're not hard, cause everybody must bow. Just hit the floor right now, then put your life on down. To pick your life on up, just so your life won't drown. Hold up. My nigga to the death of me is killing me slow. But he taught me how to live with your life on the slopes. Never give up, never ever throw in the time. Gotta make it cause my nigga smiling down right now. So the front tape recorders rocking in that old back room. Sick entertainment in your heels, Oak Cliff in the booth. We ain't always keep it gospel, but we gave it to you. And B, sexist on the super Kayla the truth. Holla, ha ha, this is a celebration. Got you, ha ha, you get the proclamation. Gospel smile, homie, the world cold, but I know you get through. Smile, baby, just hold on, cause I know we got you.
Walking the truth and bust a move on. Growing the gap, we bust a move on. Spreading the word, we bust a move on. Don't bust your help, we bust a move on. Growing the truth, we bust a move on. Growing the gap, we bust a move on. Spreading the word, we bust a move on. We're out here making moves, you heard? Listen up. Wisdom, that means eyes open to the Most High. Speaking from the root, pushing honesty with no lies. Even to the core, we know this walk is not a flyby, but we're moving up, that's why we're sky high. Somebody asks us how we followers of Christ, we said we're not a Christian. I'll be glad to tell you this if you will pay attention. Kingdom embedded in our blood, so we don't need religion. Walk with the Father every day, so we don't need the buildings. Yeah, sure, got him coming off the porch on us. I never take pride in that other title that's forced on us.